everybody, welcome to Enliven Wellness. My name is Tessa and I am super happy to be here to tell you about the top 3 reasons why you're losing your hair and 3 things that I have done to help regrow my own hair in hopes of helping you regrow your hair. It's, I lost my hair like cray when I was going through my illness, and it's really starting to come back, and it's such a blessing. So all right, let's get to it. So first of all, we need to look at what is hair, okay? So what is hair? Hair is made of a very rigid protein called keratin, and keratin is made of amino acids. Now, amino acids are protein molecules. They're what make up proteins. They are the basic structure of proteins, and keratin is a protein made of amino acids, okay? Now, you also need B vitamins in order to synthesize and metabolize the fatty acids that are essential for health, the regeneration of your hair. So you have the basic building blocks of hair right there. You have amino acids and you have B vitamins that are necessary to create hair. So the protein comes in, the B vitamins are essential in actually metabolizing the elements that are needed to create the hair themselves. So those are the top 2 components that are needed to make hair. That's the first thing. So we also need to look and explore the life cycle of a hair All right? So hair growth occurs in 3 different stages. The first stage is called the anagen stage, and it's in this stage that at the little follicle, the cells are dividing rapidly, and the hair is growing at a rate of about 1 centimeter every 28 days. Now, this cycle of a hair can last up to 7 years in some people. Wow. So that phase, that anagen phase, can last 7 years, and it's where the hair is rapidly dividing, and it's growing. Okay? So that's the anagen phase. Now we move on to the catagen phase. So at the catagen phase, growth stops, and the hair just kind of is there. Now that phase lasts for roughly 2 to 3 weeks, and the hair is just kind of hanging out there being hair. So pretty cool. Hair's chilling, and it's the cells are not dividing as quickly at the root anymore. They're just hanging out now in the catagen stage. Now the hair enters the telogen stage. At the telogen stage, the hair is completely at rest. It's done its growing, it has had its life cycle, and now it is time to shed like the leaves on a tree, right? So to everything turn, right? There's a season. And in the telogen season, if you will, that's when the hair starts to fall out and it's shedded, and it sheds. And we actually are supposed to shed about 25 to 100 hairs per day on average. Not when you're in hair loss mode though, because this is what happens when you are in hair loss mode. So why does hair loss occur in the first place? Well, it's when there is an imbalance and a disturbance in the cycles of the hair growth. So basically what happens is your hair's cycle can get disrupted. And when the cycle gets disrupted, you enter something called telogen effluvium. And telogen effluvium is when the catagen or the anagen stage of hair growth is disrupted and it's shortened. So the hair doesn't have enough time to grow, and it doesn't reach the desired length. And instead it zips past and it goes into the telogen stage way too quickly. So then the cycle gets disrupted, and then there's more hair loss occurring than hair growth. So then you have massive hair loss, which sucks. And it feels so embarrassing. And it's you're just it's a really big deal to lose so much hair. It is painful on your ego, it's painful on your heart. I've been there, done that, and like I remember just having like trauma when I would go shower because I would just pull out so much hair and I would just be like, I don't even know, like it's like hair, it's like shower PTSD. So, and I'm sure you can relate. So that's what's actually going on when you're losing hair. But here are 3 reasons why you're losing hair. Number 1 is stress. Stress is the number 1 reason why you're losing hair. And that can be physical, emotional, mental, psychological, spiritual stress, chemical stress. I mean, stress of all kinds is going to disrupt that cycle faster than anything. And that will, again, cause your hair to stop its growth cycle and go directly into the shedding cycle, which is awful. So make sure you stay tuned to the end, and I'm going to tell you some of my favorite ways to de-stress. But reason number 1 you're losing your hair is stress. Number 2 is protein deficiency. So when you are not getting enough protein, especially from bioavailable proteins, super bioavailable proteins, then you don't have the building blocks necessary to actually make the hair. Okay, like you literally are what you eat. You ate something in the morning that's protein, and now it is this. Some of it has turned into this. So literally think of it that way, okay? Like you've got to really think like I literally am what I eat. So that egg you had this morning, hopefully if you're doing the raw carnivore thing, that beef or that raw beef or some other raw animal protein in the morning, then it's that's literally becoming this and all this, right? So if you don't have enough protein, then you don't have enough building blocks to create hair. Also, it's really important to note that your body will need those amino acids, and it will use those amino acids preferentially. So what that basically means is it will take those amino acids and put them where they're needed most. Your hair and your nails your hair and your nails are kind of secondary to things like organs and muscles and all of those really, really important things in your body. Your body will use amino acids to go there first, and then it kind of is like, hair can go on the back burner until that's taken care of. So if you're like in a chronically ill state and if you're having any kind of protein depletion, you're not going to have the building blocks to actually create hair, and your body's going to be like, no. Any protein I take in is going to go to my stomach. It ain't going to go to my hair, right? Like it's going to go to my heart. It's not going to go to my hair. So you have to have an adequate amino acid pool for your body to actually have enough protein to put the amino acids where they really are needed, and then it will go, okay, now I can use some for this hair. So number 2 reason is protein deficiency. Number 3, B vitamin deficiency. So B vitamin deficiency is a big deal because, again, B vitamins are needed in order to metabolize the things that are they're needed to metabolize the components and molecules necessary to build the hair. So they're kind of like, you have the amino acids and then you have like fatty acids as well that are needed to build hair. The B vitamins metabolize, aka break those down, so that the body can build hair out of those proteins. Make sense? Good. Nerding out on hair today. So if you are B vitamin deficient, again, your body's going to preferentially use these B vitamins toward things like your nervous system, toward things like digestion. So it goes to the most important components first, the most important processes first, and then it would say like, okay, now we have enough for hair growth. Now we can use these B vitamins for growing some hair. So you need B vitamins in your life in order to have hair, beautiful hair, to have your hair grow. So with that being said, you're probably wondering like, well, how the heck do I fix this then? So the top 3 ways I've been healing my hair growth are de-stressing. And the way that I do this is meditation. Okay? It's meditation. Legitimately. Like, I stop, drop, and meditate all day. Even if it's just for like 2 minutes, you know, here and there. I mean, I do a formal meditation in the mornings and a formal meditation in the evenings, but I do little meditations throughout the day. You know, so you've got to quiet your mind. You've got to quiet your mind and live deeply in the present moment. You know, you can do mindful listening. You can do mindful looking, gazing. You can do mindful speaking. You can, you know, do just listening to, you know, ambient like music. But take time every day to meditate and come back to you and come back to like the present moment. So you've got to get a handle on that anxiety and that depression. And I have all kinds of ways of doing this with my one-on-one clients. So if you're interested, please email me. Like, anxiety relief has been my number one thing, so I would love to help you with that. Now, moving on to number 2. I also was like, okay, like, I'm going to try this raw carnivore thing. So with the second thing that I've done is to increase my amino acid pool in my body, which is, in my opinion, done very effortlessly and supremely powerfully with the raw carnivore diet. Or if you're like, I can't do raw, with the carnivore diet. There's multiple reasons for this. It helps heal your gut. It helps with energy levels. It helps with ketosis. I mean, there's so many reasons, but one of them is for the most bioavailable form of amino acids you can get to help repair your tissues. You know, when you do raw carnivore, especially, so when you do carnivore, you're getting good adequate protein. Now, when you're doing raw carnivore, you're getting even more bioavailable proteins, because when you cook protein, you denature it, and that causes problems in the body. Watch my video on why raw meat is better if you'd like to learn more, and I'll link that up above. But you've got to make sure that you have bioavailable amino acids. And for me, the best thing that's working is raw carnivore. That's when I started to see my hair just like take off with growth, and I'm sure y'all have been able to watch that. And again, if you need guidance in like how to go carnivore or raw carnivore, or even just like, you know, I like to call it modified ketogenic carnivore, reach out and say that you're ready, and I can help get you on a solid plan with that. And we can work wherever your comfort level is at, seriously. So next thing, the B vitamins. So no, I didn't start taking a bunch of B vitamin complexes in order to regrow my hair. In fact, I was on tons of synthetic B vitamins for like at least 6 years, and my B vitamin status was not improving. How do I know this? Because of a really cool little test called the CBC. And on your CBC, it's a basic blood panel. You can look to see if you are like really B vitamin deficient by looking at something called the MCV. Now, the MCV is a very basic blood test that you can run, and if it's going from like 95 and it's starting to go up, 96, 97, 98, 100, you know, that's when you start to know that you're really suffering from B vitamin deficiency. And that's also called megaloblastic/macrocytic anemia, and that's where I was. So for a long time, my MCV was like 98, 99, and then at its peak, it reached 104. Now, it wasn't until I came off of the synthetic supplements and went to eating the way that I do now, and I do a tiny amount of a Synergy food complex based B vitamin. Like, I'm talking about like the capsules like this big, and I take like that much a day, like tiny amounts, very tiny. And that's when my B vitamin status actually started getting better, and the number in that MCV finally went down, and the last reading was at 100, which like it's been at 104 for years. That's the first time it's gone down. So this way of eating is really helping with my B vitamin status, and maybe it could help with yours too. So those, like, that's how I personally have been regrowing my hair, and it's been working, and it's been such a relief, believe me. And I know like that shower PTSD that can happen. So, you know, again, if you're interested in really taking your health to the next level and getting your life back, email me at tgirly7@gmail.com and say I'm ready, and we will like one thing that's going to happen is your hair is going to start growing back. For sure, but you'll also get your life back. You'll start getting your life back. So I hope this video was helpful and informative and interesting. You know, nerd out on the hair, and yes, you can regrow your hair and it's possible. And these are the top 3 reasons why you have lost hair, in my opinion. There's other reasons as well, of course, but these are my 3 reasons why I feel like you are probably losing your hair. Because again, when you're chronically ill, like there's usually like a protein deficiency, there's usually a B vitamin deficiency, there's lots of stress. That's all going on if you have a chronic condition. And most people are stressed, they have protein deficiency, and they have B vitamin deficiency. It's very all too common. So, and I'm talking about like, it doesn't mean that you're not, allow me to say this, it doesn't mean that you're not eating enough protein, you're not absorbing the protein. And that's where I have a lot of tips and tricks for you all out there about how to absorb your nutrients better, because it's not what you eat, it's what you absorb. So also check out my website, enliven-wellness.com, and please like these videos and comment, subscribe, and share if you dug this video, and share with me what your experience has been. And also, I always go live on Tuesday nights around 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard, 7:30 to 8, and I go live often, so become part of the family and enliven up, y'all. It's so good to be here, and have a beautiful rest of your night. Bye. Or day, wherever you're watching. It's night here, so okay, bye.